Well, hello everyone. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. I am coming at you, as I promised, with Shen Williams, Bar's mother from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I have her on the phone via Skype. Unfortunately, we don't have a video connection, but I have a lovely photo of her on the screen. And she will be talking with us about her journey on the show and the recent social media unrest by Ashley Jones. Hi, Shen. How are you?
Hi, how are you? What's going
Good.
on?
My good. I am so happy to have you on the show. My subscribers have been begging for you to be on ever since they found out that we started communicating. So thank you so much for
Well,
coming on.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, I have to be honest, Shen, I didn't watch the full season of the first season of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I went back last night and I watched some of the first episodes to get sort of a background. But I noticed something in the beginning, and that was you guys didn't have a good relationship, but there was really no indication to the viewers as to why.
Well, there was a long history. When I first did this show, I was pissed when it aired because my son originally asked me to do this show, and I said no. I said, I don't think we should. There's been too much history. So my history with her started in the very beginning of their relationship.
Okay.
I didn't agree with her. There were little things. See, my kid, he calls me and brings me into everything. So there were little things, but I'll tell you the big issues were she stole my daughter's car and left her stranded at work for 5 hours and my grandbaby stranded at daycare. And my daughters I've taken them in. She helped them pregnant, getting up and out of her bed. It's just a lot of stuff. We supported them no matter what we felt about Ashley.
Yeah.
And then after she got into an argument with my grandson's relative. So this was the big thing. And they were 15 and 16-year-old girls, yet Ashley was living there with them. But I've known them since they were babies.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley had called me out my name for something. It was always something. She just has no respect for anybody's mother. So these two girls said, well, Ashley, she's our TT. Like, what are you doing? We're your age. So they went back and forth on social media about some fight, and Ashley sent Bar, and then they took panties out of her clothes and did a live video of them. And that's where she got that insane storyline saying I posted a picture of her panties or something. So my son, once he talked me into the show, I did the interview. I said, now, how does this work? Bart said, we're not going to bring up anything that's happened. There was so much. There was money stolen, and Bart was put on ball. It was so much stuff. So I said, okay, we're not going to talk about anything. That's fine. I'll do the show for you, son. I had no idea until the show aired that they said I was angry about the middle name. No, what happened was they called me and said, we're going to follow tradition. All my granddaughters have my middle name.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we're going to follow it and we're going to name her Holly Marie. I was honored, obviously. And then Ashley had words with my daughter because every time Ashley posted something about me, my daughter would say something.
Okay.
And the address, Ashley actually posted my address when I lived in Vegas. So the storyline was things she did to us. She turned it around and created it for a storyline. So that was the history. And of course, the show, when it aired, I quit. They got me back. It was insane. That's when me and my son really started having problems because I couldn't believe he allowed the lies to go on the show. So that's the history. And that's just a piece of it.
So she was like, how long were they together before she got pregnant?
They got together, 2015 was their first date.
Okay.
And that very first night, he called me and she brought him in there was a whole history with my son that was there. So it was, she brought him around people he didn't agree with. So I told him back then, if she would put you in that circumstance, son, you better rethink it. But they continued. So it's 2015 that they went on their first outing, and they've been together since, off and on.
And so from the beginning, there was like issues. Like, has he had relationships like this with other women where he's had this much back and forth?
No, actually, no. He was in London. I sent Bart to London. We gave him the choice to go to his godmother in London because Bart started, not screwing up in school, and we were in a bad area. He wanted to follow the wrong path, and we sheltered him from that. We did not want him to do that.
Sure.
All of us made bad choices. I've always owned the things that I've done in my past, and we didn't want that for him. So we sent him to London.
Okay.
And when he came back, he had issues himself. And then they got together, and their issues became one, and that's when the pills became an issue for both of them.
Oh.
Especially my son.
So you're alleging they were abusing, like, pain meds?
I'm not alleging. I know for sure that because my son had to be taken to the hospital. He was having drug-induced seizures from the Xanax.
From Xanax.
That video Ashley did of slapping herself, she did not intentionally record herself because Ashley's so vain. The camera's showing her dirty house. She would have never showed that. She was loaded, and her and my son drink and do this, and that's why they end up to such high levels of fighting.
So they drink and abuse Xanax?
They did, absolutely. Not now. I don't think now. I don't know now because I'm not around. But I can tell you they did. So that created more problems between the family.
Sure.
But I took Ashley in when her mother left her in Vegas. They just showed up on my porch one day. And she stayed in my home. And I treated her like she was family. Mm-hmm. And then she left my home and talked about my home.
Okay. How long did she stay with you in Vegas?
They were there maybe 3 months.
Okay. And her mother left her?
That's what she told me. Now listen, I can only take anything she says with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because I believed her then. I don't believe her now.
Oh, you don't?
But there were a lot of issues. Yeah, she said there were a lot of issues between her and her mother. My son just asked me to take her in, and I did.
So you're saying that Ashley has a problem telling the truth? Is that what you're...
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Hands down, you can quote that.
Okay.
I don't think most of the things that roll out of her mouth aren't true because the storyline, like I said, I just explained the situation. She took things that happened within a 2-year period or a year period or whatever, whenever the show started, and made it her storyline. But it was actually things she did.
Okay.
To us.
So she's alleged she's alleged multiple times that you have sent people to fight her. Is that true?
No, absolutely not. Now, after the birthday party, and let's be clear, they edit things. Ashley just came out to fight. I was sitting at the table. She sat down and said, "You have to leave." I said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to say happy birthday to my son." I was a designated driver. I was never supposed to babysit. Mm-hmm. My sons were drinking, so I dropped them off and was going to pick them up so they don't drink and drive.
Right.
So she swung at me first. And I said, "Ashley, if you swing again, there's going to be a problem." She swung a second time. That's when I swung. And then her sister leaned in to punch me, hit me in the mouth, but not fully connected. Like, she didn't bust my lip, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
And then my son jumped over me, and that's when all hell broke loose.
Oh my gosh.
So then my daughter absolutely went to her house when her and Bar had an apartment and outside for an hour blowing up their phones and told her brother to send Ashley out. Ashley wanted to talk. My daughter said, I don't want to talk, I want to fight because you guys hit my mother.
Yeah.
So that's where all that came from. So, no, she doesn't tell the truth. Then they didn't file the restraining order on me. I had to drive from Vegas to come to court, and it was thrown out. The judge couldn't even ban out one shred of evidence. The judge had said, where is the post of your address? And they're both scrolling through their phones. It's in here somewhere. I said, I'll show you with the address that was posted, and I gave it to the judge. It was my address. I also gave the judge the shit I posted.
And what
videos.
And so what did the judge say?
So, yeah, the judge said, ask them for proof, and they couldn't prove it. The judge said, I'm not putting a restraining order on this woman because you need a storyline. You come in here with not a shred of proof.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I had the proof, and I gave him what I posted to. I own my truth. And he asked me, you mean to tell me this woman got in your face and you did not say or do anything? She said, nope. Well, it was videoed. So he threw the case out.
Interesting.
So they did it for a storyline. They attacked me and thought they can get a court order against me. So no, she never, ever, ever, ever tells the truth. Rarely.
Do you think, and I know that you have had some issues with her mother on social media as well. Only a couple days ago, her mother Pastor T made a statement on her stories that she's the one that's raised Bar, not you, and that you don't need to come at her about her daughter or something like that. Like, you guys have had a lot of...
Let me tell you what that was about. First of all, I'm going to start with raising my son. No, she hasn't. T-Bagger did not raise shit. Ashley was living with her grandmother when my son got with her. So let's be clear. I raised my kids, period.
Okay.
With the exception of the time he spent in London. So she hasn't raised anything.
Okay.
And the problem with T was she didn't know me. The first time I ever met her was at the baby shower.
Okay.
And there was an incident at the baby shower. Of course, they didn't put it on the show. Where she was outside yelling at my son and Ashley. He could come if you didn't steal his money. I told you there was a money thing. And I jumped up and headed for the door. And Bar caught me at the door and said, Mom, it's okay. I'm like, move. It's not okay. And I went to T and said, that's my son. What's the problem? I'm here now, babe. I'm here.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I'm not yelling, it's your son. That was the first time I ever met her.
Wow.
So it was all for a storyline. And they don't like Bar. They can pretend to here and there because they need to do good filming. She doesn't like Bar. She put Bar in jail. Ashley put in jail on a lie. And my son can get on stage and own it. But we went Instagram Live on a jailhouse call on my son's page where my son told everybody. I never touched her. I sent the videos and the evidence to the district attorney, and they never charged him.
That's when she had him arrested for domestic violence.
Yes, he was never charged.
Okay.
The DA, I called the DA. I wasn't going to let my son go to jail for something he didn't do.
Okay. There was a lot of
there
was a lot of speculation that he didn't do that, and he said that she lied to get him arrested.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
when you were at that baby shower, it was like the editing, the part of it that made me so, when I was rewatching it last night, I was like, this seems like there's more to the story because they only show you like they don't say his name during like some game, and then
Right.
you make a comment and they act like that's the first time something's happened, and then
Right.
did something happen before then?
Absolutely. Now, let's be clear. The cousin that was doing one of the games, the first game, she may not have remembered Bar's name. That's not when I said that.
Okay.
I said that when Teabagger, sorry, that's what I call her. We had to change her name because she uses Teabag now. Takes the fun out of it. So she said, we're here to celebrate Ashley and her significant other. And that's what I said. He has a name. I know she knew his name because he stayed in her house at one point. But I can tell you, before this show, I'll get back to the baby shower. My son and Ashley were staying in a trap house in Oakland with no hot water. No, sir, like literally. That's when she first got pregnant and they tried to get on the show. And then when the show came into play, they moved into his house. So, back to the baby shower.
So she, were they like, they were on drugs before they got pregnant?
Absolutely. Was she? I don't know. I know I was. Because they called me on their drunken rant 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. My husband did a live speaking of it because he got tired of it. Because they dragged me in their fight and then I become the bad guy.
Sure.
So yeah, they did have a history. My son drinks. He's an alcoholic as far as he says it. He knows he is. I don't know what Ashley's doing now, but I can tell you the video I just saw, she looked loaded to me. I know that look.
Okay. Yeah, because like
That's what the baby shower was about, and people giving us dirty looks and drop, we kept our cool through the whole baby shower. So the picture taking, they asked me to come take a picture. I initially wasn't going to take the picture. My daughter that I brought with me says, Mama, just take the picture. This is a special day. So I got up to take the picture.
Yeah.
And then Ashley acted like she didn't want to take the picture. So they set me up. Come take this picture. So Ashley can say, I'm not taking the picture. And they edited out Bar arguing with her family. So when he came out, I walked out. After I said, tell her to stop being petty. We walked outside.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I kept my cool, son. I've done everything you asked me to do. And then you let her do that to me. When I went to say goodbye, the belly thing, not letting me touch her, it was a setup.
Oh, editing, man. It's like, I always feel like you miss such of the biggest parts of these stories. Like, and there was so many parts. Yeah. And I always got the sense of like, she seems so calm, collected, and like well-spoken on the show, but then like on social media, she doesn't act like that.
Well, here's the thing. I raised 47 kids, and that's what Ashley's talking about. The girls, the many girls I raised are in her inbox dropping addresses. Since you say dropping address, let's be clear, Ashley can find me.
Yeah.
But my daughters were inboxing her. We own our shit. They're like, I'll check your page. Here's my address. And that's when she boo-hooing. Everybody's trying to fight me. No, I've never sent them. But they're adults. And if somebody punches your 50-year-old mother, how are you going to feel?
Right. Oh, there's a question. I think you already answered this. Can you ask her what happened with the video from last year where Ashley was caught slapping her own face, then claiming Bar hit her?
That was when she filed domestic violence on him. So I know what happened. She called me wee hours that morning.
Mm-hmm.
They had been fighting. She couldn't find Bar. He hadn't been home. She said he got shot. Or no, that was a separate call. The night of the slapping. She said she couldn't find him. Bar came back that morning. And then she called the police. So apparently what they told me is the police came once and told Bar to leave. And then when Bar came back, he said, I woke up to the police standing over me again. Ashley let him in the house. He went in the bed, went to sleep. The arguing and fighting was the night before.
Okay.
And that's when he got arrested for domestic violence and called me from jail. Like, Mama, I didn't do this.
So when she was like caught on camera, like slapping herself, saying Bar slapped her, that was the same time he got arrested?
Shortly after that.
Okay.
Because there was an incident where she called me one morning. I was in California. I just left Santa Rita jail. One of my sons. And she's hysterical, blowing me up. And I finally answered, and she said, Bar got shot at. Somebody said he got shot. So she knew I would find him and start calling people, and it never happened. Nobody shot at him. She just wanted me to find him.
Wow.
So people didn't realize that they were blowing my phone up 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I watched my son have a seizure in my back seat before I even left for Vegas.
Wow.
So there's a long history here. And I don't ever claim my son was innocent because they both are adults.
Right.
And, we all go through stuff. I went through stuff when I was young. We all made mistakes. Party on. But you got to be able to get back to reality.
Yeah.
And my son was to a point where he couldn't get, neither one of them could get back to reality.
So they're stuck in a very toxic relationship, it sounds like.
Absolutely. I think they're toxic for each other. When I started talking to Ashley this time, I saw growth in her. I believed. I commended her for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was all a setup all over again.
Sure.
Give me Holly a little while. Let's get this storyline. And it's social media. MTV's now, what they do is when they're social media, that's why they wanted me to stop. I went on a rant on social media when the show aired and started dropping proofs and messages from everything. And people thought I was crazy, but they didn't understand. I was trying to prove the whole freaking storyline was fraud.
Yeah.
So when we go through this social media stuff, right, so MTV has to make sense of all this chaos on social media. And let's be clear, T-Bagger now, I don't know who she's talking with, but it's not me. I'm not responding. I didn't respond to Ashley. I have opinions about the show. I can do that.
Right.
But what started, they asked me to talk to T. I finally said yes. And she started the phone call. What's up? What's on your mind? The kids wanted me to talk to you. So of course the kids tell me, don't bring up nothing from the past. We're going to move forward. And she's talking about a bunch of shit from the past. So I'm like, if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about both of us. And that didn't go well. And then that's when they took Holly from me. Ashley said she wouldn't, but they did. I stopped getting video chats. They stopped answering. I couldn't even send her birthday shoot. They gave me a partial address. So that's when Ashley did a live about in a hotel room with Holly with that dude. Bar called me that morning about 5 a.m., 3 a.m. my time. Telling me, Mom, she got my baby in a hotel room with some dude. And I made a post. I was so angry. When I hear my son's name, sometimes I react.
Sure.
I shouldn't. But that's what Ashley did the video. You said I'm out. You not babysitting while I go home. Well, that's so I brought your daughter. And if you would have babysat, she wouldn't be here in this hotel with this, you know what? So that's what started the craziness. From there on, they've been going. I think he went crazy for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, I mean, they're like.
I ignored her.
So with everything that's happened in the last few days, like, are you surprised with how everything played out at the reunion?
No, because I'll put my left hit on it. Oh, can I say that on here?
That you're what?
I said I'll put my left hit on
Ha!
if they were loaded.
Oh, that they were loaded? Yeah. I mean, she's up all night.
Come on now. Okay, we all know, like I said, I've done my dirt. When I was 21, 22, I wasn't the most responsible.
Right. Neither was I.
We all went through stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think my irresponsible was probably a little younger, because by the time I was 22, I had 3 kids.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I was done. I wasn't doing. I was up all night at that age too, but I wasn't doing good things.
Right, I wasn't either. So, but you could tell, you could see people that have life experience, I raised 47 kids. There's not a lot of shit a kid is going to be able to put past me. I've seen it all.
Do you think
and
that
I can tell?
So you believe she's on something? We've been speculating on this channel that they're either alcohol or drugs or something to keep her up.
Absolutely.
So the other question is that all the other girls have now come out and basically said that security was there. They were never going to let them get near her. She was never actually in the hotel lobby. Everything that she was doing was basically just for show and for to look hard on social media and to paint a picture.
Right.
And Jade spoke out the other day yesterday, and she says that she believes that Ashley is jealous that she didn't get a spot on Teen Mom 2, and that's kind of where it all starts from. Do you think there's any truth to that?
Yeah, Ashley always wants to be the center.
Okay.
She wants to be. Her and my son just let this shit go to her head. And you know what's funny about this Jade thing? Jade had issues with me because I had an opinion about. I really hate that. When I'm not on the show and I'm not doing the show, I'm a fan or watch it just like everybody else. I can have an opinion.
Right. Yeah.
I'm taking my shit a left.
Yeah.
So Jade and all the moms were great friends. They were good. They were talking on the phone. But I warned those girls. See, you can only hide who you are for so long.
Right.
You might as well just put your truth out there, because nobody can hide who they are for long.
And did it?
Hello?
I'm here. When did it break down? What was the point where Ashley and Jade just sort of was it when she was picked for Teen Mom 2 and Ashley wasn't? Was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And here's the thing. I don't even understand why Ashley made a post. Instead of just congratulating Jade for the part.
Yeah.
She has a tendency of taking other people, kind of spitting on other people to bring herself up. She could have just congratulated her.
Yeah, but instead she said, "Well, I didn't." She can have.
Jade finally reacted.
She can have my spot. I didn't want it. That kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, what I got from the post. Wasn't anything nice.
I said yesterday that if this is all about jealousy, this is the most immature, petty, 12-year-old antics I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I'm not from, the same area, so I'm not the kind of person that agrees with settling anything with your fists, because I don't think that handles anything. But people that I spoke to there all confirmed what Jade was saying, was that there was security there. They weren't allowed to leave without security. MTV was not going to allow anything to happen. And do you think the problem with Ashley, because a lot of the girls were complaining that she's running her mouth and she says things that are mean and she brings in kids and family.
All
what?
All the time. She throws shots at people.
Yeah. So she's
So I wish MTV would have had that security for us, because we had one security guard at the birthday party.
So if my point yesterday was if she's if everyone has a problem with her, or if she has a problem with everyone, is it everyone that has the problem, or is it her? You know what I mean? If you can't get along, with everyone else, then it's got to be you, right?
Right. A million people cannot be wrong.
Right.
And let's be clear, I don't think fighting is going to settle anything either, which is why nobody's ever put their hands on Ashley.
Right, yeah.
I don't agree with it.
Right.
And she's the mother of my granddaughter.
Right.
And I don't want my granddaughter to be like my Nana did that. Absolutely not.
Right.
So let's be clear, I don't condone the violence either.
No, I wasn't saying that you did. I was just adding that. Like, that,
I know her.
Yeah. I'm
just saying, I don't either. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's very petty. It's immature. It's, and she's up all night, and then she's talking about how in her life she's crying, and she's saying that all you do is post about her, and all you do is spread lies about her, and she's just so tired of it. And how would you respond to that?
First of all of these alleged posts, what have they posted? If I was posting that much about her, T-Bagger would be airing them.
Right.
And now they've made fake pages before.
You have your group.
So, no.
You have a group on.
I'm sorry?
You have a group on Facebook where you communicate with people, but you don't talk about her that much, right?
I don't. Now listen, I've given my opinion about some of the situations.
Yeah.
I have. I absolutely have. It wasn't until the last 2 days that I got nasty because I got tired of it.
Right.
There may be some ugly.
Sure.
Now.
We also say on this
for 3 weeks or more, I've been dealing with them both, her and her mama. First it was just her mama.
Sure.
Then it was her. Now it's both of them.
Yeah, it's extra. It's a whole nother level I don't understand. And I will say that every time you and I have communicated, you've always been incredibly polite, and you're so, you're open and willing to talk about things. I can understand from your point of view, because I'm a mother too, wanting to defend your son, wanting to protect him. So if you felt like this relationship wasn't good from the jump, that maybe that might, make things even worse. And then you're saying she's lying to you, and there's drugs involved, and they're toxic with each other, and he's acting in a way that's not typical to him. And now it's at a place where both of them have kind of spiraled. Are they together still?
Right. They were, the reason Barb was so upset she was in that hotel room, they were still messing around. Not just Holly was there. So 1 minute they're together, the next minute he's a piece of shit. But my son's willing to go through that for this show. I'm not. That's his choice. I would have walked away from that shit show a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean,
If I were him. I don't even know what the storyline is this time, but I know it's going to be my son's a deadbeat alcoholic that don't do nothing for Holly, because I've seen her post. When she posted when her grandmother died, said my son wouldn't get them. My son had the baby for a whole week.
Well, it'll be interesting how this plays out throughout the season to see what her reality is versus what your reality is. And like you said, as a viewer, you can have an opinion. I mean, I have opinions.
Right.
That's why I have this channel, right?
Right. Well, I did film 2 video calls. And the first one, I knew the way they were trying to guide me, she was. The angle she was trying to take me in, that's how I figured out my son was going to be the deadbeat.
Yeah.
That he's going to be the storyline this time. But I don't know if they're going to use the calls or not. I don't know, but that's all I filmed this season.
Because you're not on, you quit, effectively, right?
I had quit, and they actually called me. I went through a really tough situation with my husband, and they called me, and they wanted me to film, and I needed the money, so I said yes. So I went back into a contract, but I only filmed 2 calls. I was coming to the birthday party. That's why the conversation with T came up. And Ashley and Bar didn't want MTV to film the call between me and T. MTV didn't know what they were doing.
Oh. So this
Yeah, they didn't. MTV, they weren't supposed to have, we weren't supposed to have that conversation unless we were filming.
Oh. So
So I know that.
will that air
Go
for
ahead.
was that done for this current season?
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll use them.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Wow.
I think the bar's going to be the storyline this time. And let's be clear, my son is a dumbass right now. The face tattoos is probably the stupidest shit he's ever done.
Yeah.
Everybody can say I'm talking about my son. I birthed him and I said it to him. I haven't talked to him since I've been here. I'm not speaking to him. I'm over it because I feel like he takes part. You allow this.
Right. So
You allow this. My other sons, there's no way their baby mama's wife, any of them would ever threaten to fight me or swing at me or call me out my name the way Ashley's done from the very beginning.
So you have based on your social media, you are super close with your kids and you seem to have good relationships with them and love them. Do you have any other issues with any of your other children's significant others?
No, not now. Have there been disagreements in our family? Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
But the difference between them and Ashley is they have enough respect for my son for us to sit down and deal with it and address it and handle it like a family's supposed to.
Right.
So Bar doesn't have that control. Ashley's always been the one in control. And Bar just, I'm sorry, my son is just a dumbass. I don't know what happened to this one.
He's
I
not
don't know what happened to him.
not in his right mind, it sounds.
Well, we filmed one time, this was for last season. We filmed, they edited out the first time I went to Ashley's house. And my son sat in front of me and said, I remember struggling and only having 3 pairs of pants. I'm like, hold on, hold the fucking camera, son. Don't you dare. Don't you dare lie, because my son has never felt hunger. He's never gone without. And he had a lot of people that loved and took care of him. So my son, from the beginning, has also manipulated his story.
Sure.
Did we come up in a tough neighborhood? Absolutely. Did I hustle and sell drugs when I did? Absolutely. Am I proud of it? No. I worked 12-hour days, too, and ran 7 courier companies. I did everything I could to raise them. But I didn't go without. So I think he, too, kind of manipulates the story.
Oh man, the two of them together are like a perfect storm of chaos, it sounds like.
Absolutely. They are. Because Bar will call me. They can go on a social media rant and threaten my life, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and I call. And then I didn't call Bar until they brought Yasmin into it. And Bar's always said, leave me out of it, leave me out of it. You made me talk to T. Leave me out of it. And then the moment I post something, Mom, take that down. Do this, do that. Don't call me with this shit anymore, son.
Yeah.
How about, hi, Mom, how are you doing? How's my sister?
Right.
So Bar throws his cape on for death, who will shit on him at the drop of a dime. And he turned on his own family. It was to the point where none of us would even speak to him. And he went in such a dark place that Ashley called me and said, your son needs you, please. And I called him. And I cried with him.
Yeah.
So I don't get these these shenanigans that he's got going on and why he thinks it's okay to use his mother for a freaking storyline.
Well, Shen, I'm sorry that this is what's happened, and this is something that we kind of talk about a lot on this channel, is that we love reality TV, but we also are cognizant of the fact of the sort of negative things that are manipulated and created and in families because of it. And it sounds like this has really put a strain on your family and caused a lot of...
It has permanently damaged our relationship with Bar.
I am so sorry.
And I agree with you. These shows, the more I see, when I come on TV, my son has a problem. he's going to be the one I bury.
Yeah.
If you guys are going to do the show, get him help. And they'll set a counseling appointment up, and they'll film that, and then the kids are on their own again.
Yeah.
So when you call them with stuff like that, it becomes a storyline.
Right. Yeah, that's very similar to what Andrew Glennon has said about his situation in the past on Instagram with Amber Portwood, who was arrested for domestic violence. Right. That he reached out to them for help, and it was like falling on deaf ears. And the psychiatrist that she sees is a child psychiatrist, and it was for the show, and it was like the 10th psychiatrist she had seen, and just so many things about how like it's all for show, but not there, and it's almost like they want them to stay unhealthy in a sense because it gives them a good storyline, makes good TV.
Absolutely. But I told Bar and Ashley from the beginning, if we would have worked together as a family and put our real stories, like you guys put your real stories out there, it's something to hear, it's something to watch, it's something for young people can learn and grow from. But you guys got to grow first in order to be that image for these other kids to look up to.
Right.
But they don't do that. They don't want it positive. I promise you they don't want it positive. I don't know how many times I've cussed out producers and cried, and yeah, they want the drama. Well,
yeah, and then these girls get sucked into paychecks that are really, the longer they're on, the more they make, and then it's like they start to have to sort of sacrifice their morals, their ethics for money, and they stay in the situation where it's perpetually being in trauma and drama. I can't imagine what that does psychologically to someone.
I know that I was not prepared. Now, MTV alleged they prepared the kids, the actual couples, but they didn't prepare me. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was not ready because it was so bad. I was so angry, and I couldn't believe my son took part in the lies. That he would drive to a courtroom on lies against his mother. I went into a depression. I can't even imagine how these mothers feel. They've just given birth, and your whole freaking life is under scrutiny, and they don't give the whole story.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's a bad show. I think it's just bad. Reality TV is not really reality. A lot of them are looking fake now.
Oh, yeah.
Taking the social media drama and putting them in the storylines now.
Oh, I mean, we talk about that all the time on this channel. Like, everything that we see on Teen Mom or any of the shows that I cover, all the real stuff happens on social media. It never makes it into the shows. And so people, partly, I think, are not tuning into the shows because they don't even get what's really happening.
Right. They don't. And like I said, MTV's taking 5 conversations and editing it into one.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, for instance, the birthday party where you see me saying, you didn't run up. What I said was, bitch, you didn't run up on my daughter. That's what I said. So they took it out and they twisted it and made it seem like I'm telling a 21-year-old to run up. I'm not going to fight a 21-year-old.
Right.
I've got kids that age.
Right.
So I swung because I had to.
Someone asked, is it scripted, or do they tell you what to say, or is it?
You know what? Sometimes now, when they first were supposed to call me about being pregnant or something, I can't remember what it was. The producer said they were getting married. They were getting married. The producer said, now you're happy about them getting married. So I think sometimes they kind of guide it.
Sure.
But some of it's true. Some of it, but what they do is they make it their own story.
Yeah.
So they're going to take tidbits of your life and put them together.
Yeah.
And edit it for the ratings.
That's exactly what Matt Beyer has said, Amber Portwood's ex-boyfriend, that they guide you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I don't even know him, so how do we have the same words?
And he was painted to be horrible. I mean, terrible. Everyone hates him. And I've met him now and I'm like, oh, you're so nice. Like that's so crazy. And like,
Right.
if I would have only based you off of what I saw on the show, I would have thought you were, a raging lunatic that is nasty. You know what I mean? But you've been
Right.
but you've been nothing like that at all. You've been kind and open and real.
But I'm honest. I'm rough around the edges.
Oh,
I
yeah.
grew up in the project, very poor. I was kidnapped as a child. I've been molested. I've been raped. I've been in domestic. I've been through a lot of shit, so I'm rough around the edges. And where I grew up. But that doesn't define who I am now. I'm turning 50.
Right.
That doesn't define. You can see the difference in my children. I own my part in my children and what they became. So you see the difference in my youngest. So each child, I got better. My first son I had at 17. We grew up together. I made a lot of mistakes.
I'm sure. Well, I'm so happy that you came on. My subscribers love you. I have to tell you that. They are
I'm glad. Thank you.
And it was actually some of my subscribers that told me to reach out to you. And said, you need to talk with her. I think you can really help her get her story out. And I think you can, give her a voice. And I said, I'll see if she wants to talk. And I wasn't thinking you would actually respond.
You're the first one that I actually have done. I've thought about doing others, but I have been looking at your channel. I like your honesty and you're real, and I like your energy.
Thanks.
So you're officially the first one I've done.
Well, good. Well, I hope that you'll come back. My subscribers get attached to some of our guests, so we like to do check-ins. So I hope you'll come back. We don't have to.
Okay.
It might be
I
fun.
will, and I'll get something fast to make sure we can video chat the next time.
Yes. Let's make sure we do that. That way they can see you. But yeah, they love having Matt on. We've had others on the show too, and it's just been nice. So thank you so much for joining me, Shen. I will say that again, it's not always reality TV isn't as real as it seems, and there's always multiple sides to the story. And a bunch of my subscribers said, just wait, Ashley will go live later today about this. So I guess we'll...
Right, but if your subscribers go run down my page, see, I don't dirty delete.
Right.
They'll see the things that went on.
Sure.
I'm not going to dirty delete. So, yeah, Ashley will go live. She will. I'm going to watch.
I commend you for speaking your truth and not backing down. I commend you for... Your family is going through a lot. One of your sons is incarcerated, and I know that's been incredibly challenging for your family. So I know you're fighting right now to get his...
Yeah, he's coming home. We found evidence. He's coming home. It's just a process.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes. There's the only eyewitness. The DA retained her as a witness, but didn't put her on the stand, so we couldn't cross-examine her. She didn't discourse. She described a 5'6" Mexican with no tattoos and baggy baby blue jeans and a baggy black T-shirt. We have video minutes before the crime that my son is wearing a blue True Religion hoodie, a white T-shirt, and dark blue True Religion skinny jeans. And he's 6'1", covered in tattoos. He was told not to talk to our lawyers. So he's coming home.
Well, do you think he'll get a new trial?
It's not going to be a new trial. They're going to drop it. He's going to come home.
Oh.
He was wrongfully charged. He was wrongfully... Here's the thing. When that murder took place, they arrested somebody for it the same day. He was on video having a confrontation with the victim. And the victim also had a gun in his car.
Wow.
So they had a confrontation. My son just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. His sons lived in that house. So a month later, when the bitter girlfriend got involved, that's how my son was arrested. There was no evidence, there was no gun, there was no motive, there was nothing. And the other guy was sitting waiting for a medical evaluation.
Wow. So have you guys?
You guys okay?
Has the prosecutor said they're gonna drop it?
No, the prosecutor who prosecuted my son is an asshole. He was playing a rap song the day we walked in for trial, talking about all I do is win, win, win. I've got text messages of him taunting my family. He's a real asshole.
Mm.
So he's the one that released that story in the paper, and the reporter was his friend.
I'm sorry.
When I sent her the proof, she wouldn't do the story. So I took it to social media. So no, the prosecutor was very petty. He was just wanted another notch under his belt. Once they go public, they need that conviction. And my son fit the profile.
Right.
They make him sound that 9-time convicted felon. What they don't know is there's no violence. My son sold drugs, and most of it was violation.
Sure.
So yeah, he'll be home.
Well, I will keep him in your. I'll keep him in my thoughts, and I'm sure those of us who pray will pray for you and your family. This is not anything I would wish on anyone. You are a rough and tough mama with a soft heart, and those are my favorite kinds of people. So, Shen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, I have.
Because you're the famous one, boo.
Oh, thank you. Well,
so many people were messaging me about you.
Oh. Yeah, the Amber Portwood stuff kind of blew things up, but it's been fun, and I enjoy this kind of work. So, thank you so much for being with me. You can hang tight on the line. I'm just gonna say goodbye to everyone. But
okay.
Thanks, guys. If you guys have questions for Shen, comments, if this surprises you, let me know in the comments below. I'll make sure to get Shen back on here. But thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back later with more. Bye, guys. Woo! Where's my peace sign? You guys always need my peace sign. Bye.